The day is finally here. An end of an era. We've talked about it all week long, and the decision has been made. The New York Football Giants are moving on, and they are benching Daniel Jones. Oh my goodness. Look, I know we've been talking about it. I know we've been thinking about it. I know we have had the idea that Daniel Jones could be benched coming out of the bye week with the Giants sitting at 2-8 and Brian Daboll saying they're going to evaluate the position and evaluate the roster. But when I woke up this morning to the news that Daniel Jones has been blasted to the sun, I could only feel like I was 8 years old on Christmas morning and I was about to run downstairs and see a bunch of presents under the tree. And that's exactly what we got. A present, a treat, and a hell of a good morning. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Not yet at the studio today. A little bit of a later day to me, for me, as the Knicks do not tip off until like 7:30 tonight. But still wanted to hop on here and get you guys a video. We're actually going to be going live on the channel in a little bit as well. But just wanted to come up here and share the news and get the celebration going a little bit early. Daniel Jones has been benched. He will no longer be the starter. I am expecting them to cut him on the first day of the offseason. They will have a cap hit of about $22 million, but they will save $19.6 million. And they will use that money to build the roster and potentially select a rookie quarterback with a high draft pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Who's going to be the backup quarterback, though? Not Drew Lock. I was wrong there. And really, I don't know what they're doing. They paid Drew Lock $5 million. Drew Lock has a higher cap hit this year than Saquon Barkley does. So you could have used that $5 million to go help and pay Saquon Barkley, but that's another conversation for another day. It's hard to be upset at the New York Giants as they finally smartened up, they finally listened up, and they finally made a move that shows that you not just care about this organization, not that just you respect that what all people did that once wore a New York Giants uniform, not that you just respect the previous 99 years of the New York Giants. You made a decision today that shows you care about the fan base, that you value what the fan base wants to see. Because there was nobody in their hearts of hearts anymore that still wanted Daniel Jones to be the starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. So we'll celebrate that. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit that sub button. We put out free, informative, entertaining updates every day on the New York Football Giants. So hit that sub button. Who else is bringing you content from their crib when they're not even supposed to be working today? Hit that sub button right now. Alrighty, Daniel Jones is out, and we'll talk more about DJ, but I kind of want to switch here to Tommy DeVito as he is going to be named the starter for the New York Giants. He will be under center this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's been an interesting decision to go with him over Drew Lock. You paid Drew Lock in free agency. Drew Lock was QB2 through the offseason. Drew Lock was QB2 through the NFL regular season. Hoping more information comes out about that. Maybe when Brian Daboll speaks to the media, he'll tell us it was a football decision. So we probably won't get any information on that. But you get an extended look of Tommy DeVito. You sit at 8-2. You're going to get maybe the final 7 games of the season with Tommy. He's going to have a chance to show that he could be a potential backup going forward, or maybe even be that bridge starter going into next year and be the guy that hands off the responsibilities of being the franchise quarterback for the New York Giants to the rookie they select in the first round. We saw DeVito in 9 games last year. He ended up starting 6 of them, and he won 3 games. He was 3-3 in those starts, most notably the win on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers. That was an amazing game from DeVito. He was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for his performance, completing 80% of his passes on 21 attempts. He had 158 yards and a touchdown. Not really your prototypical Offensive Player of the Week numbers, but everyone was in love with Cutlets. Everyone was in love with Gabagoo. And this is going to bring, I did a video last week on if the Giants should go to Drew Lock or if the Giants should go to Tommy DeVito, and I ultimately said Drew Lock, and I gave reasons as to you paid him. I want to see what you saw in him because I questioned the evaluation process of the quarterback position between Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. And this move to Devito makes me even more concerned about the quarterback position going forward. But you made the move, and now DeVito's the guy. And the reason that I said you could play DeVito, and if you did, the reasons you would is to save the team. Feels like the locker room is spiraling right now. We got Bobby Okereke liking picks saying the Giants are a joke. We've got Darius Slayton commenting you're free under Nick McLeod's Instagram post. Seems like the locker room's falling apart. A move like Tommy DeVito being inserted into the starting lineup can put some juice back into this locker room to reignite this locker room and rally the team. It can also reignite the fan base and rally the fan base and give people something to watch. Whether you think DeVito deserves a job or not, we know that he's got a lot of fans that are New York Giants fans. Local kid, went to Don Bosco Prep, grew up a fan of the New York Giants. I think the agent stuff's a little gimmicky and this is a little bit much. It was cool for the first couple of games, but let's get to playing football and let's get to creating a career for you going forward, Mr. Tommy Cutlets. He had a couple of good games. I thought his best game was against Washington when the Giants won 31-9 back on the 19th of November in 2023. He was 18-26 for 246 yards, threw 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I thought he was also solid in the game against New England. 17 completions for 25 yards, 191 yards, and a touchdown. The Giants did end up winning that game thanks to a missed kick by New England. I know there's going to be a lot of people, we should have stuck with Daniel Jones. No, you shouldn't have. He didn't deserve to win this job. He didn't deserve to play quarterback for the New York Giants. That's an honor, and that's one of the best jobs in the world. And Daniel Jones hadn't earned that through 5.5 seasons of being the starter. And we were trying to lose games, right? We got to play Daniel Jones. Enough with Daniel Jones. To start the year, it was we couldn't bench him. He gives us the best chance to win. Now it's we can't bench him because he gives us the best chance to lose. I can't do it. I'm so glad it's over. It was the worst time of my life as a Giants fan watching Daniel Jones, and I am just glad that we will never have to see it again. I hope they deactivate him for the season due to the injury guarantee, make him QB3, have Drew Lock be QB2, and I never have to see Daniel Jones in a Giants jersey again. Also, why are we so sure Tommy DeVito is going to win games for the New York Giants? Because he won games for the Giants last year? Sure, this is a different team. This team might be worse than last year, and you don't necessarily have the easiest schedule left. You play the Bucs. You're underdogs, big underdogs. You're going to play the Cowboys at Cooper Rush on Thanksgiving. That's a winnable game. You got the Saints. They've won 2 in a row. They've got a new interim head coach. They're hot. Now you're going to be underdogs. You play the Baltimore Ravens. You're going to be underdogs. You play the Atlanta Falcons. You're going to be underdogs. You play the Indianapolis Colts. They just beat the New York Jets. You're going to be underdogs. And you're also going to be underdogs against Philadelphia Eagles unless in Week 18 they're resting the starters. And then you can make decisions to what you want to do there. I don't believe in tanking, but I do think you can make a decision in Week 18 to help your team in the coming years instead of winning a meaningless football game. 7 games left. And then a new era of Giants football will officially be here. Thank you to Joe Schoen. Thank you to Brian Daboll. Thank you to John Mara. You made a decision today that shows that you care about the people that pay money for you to be in those spots. Daniel Jones has been benched. Tommy DeVito is the starter, and it is a good day. We'll be live on the channel coming up here in a little bit, so subscribe, turn your notifications on, and come join us and let's celebrate.